Did you know that you can increase your yearly income by $29,000 just by tapping into your emotional intelligence? Travis Bradberry, co-author of the book Emotional Intelligence 2.0, conducted a survey with more than 42,000 people. He found that those who tapped into their emotional intelligence earned on average $29,000 more than those who didn't. Just think about it. What would you do with an extra $29,000 per year? Hi, I'm Chanel Roberts. I'm an author, award-winning UX designer turned entrepreneur. I help burned out UX designers leverage their emotional intelligence and unique pockets of genius to create career roadmaps that they are inspired to pursue. And in this video, I'll share with you 3 tips to help you tap into your emotional intelligence so that you can increase your income. So what do I mean by emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is knowing what emotions you are feeling, why you are feeling them, and using that knowledge to inform how we interact with ourselves and others around us. It's one of the key foundation stones to making good decisions. For me, emotional intelligence is tapping into those verbal and nonverbal cues that other people give me so that I know how to respond, avoid misunderstandings, and gain better rapport. Emotional intelligence is so important at work that it consistently rates as one of the top job skills by employers. Last year, the World Economic Forum reported that it was one of the top 10 job skills. You know, as a user experience designer, it's crucial to be emotionally intelligent. Being able to get into the head of your users and customers is vital to do a good job. When you succeed in building a strong level of trust and rapport with your customers and users, you are better able to creatively problem solve and offer simpler, more delightful experiences and outcomes. I've found being a successful user experience designer requires a strong level of empathy. Empathy is a facet of emotional intelligence. Empathy is key to effectively solving the problems facing your users and the business you work for. Your job is highly focused on being able to empathize and understand your customers, users, and stakeholders. When you build rapport, they begin to trust you enough to share their pain with you. Then you are able to uncover their wants, needs, and desires so that your product isn't just functional, but more delightful. When you help ease other people's pain or eliminate it altogether, you become the MVP in your team and become the person everyone wants to work with. So, my first tip is for you to improve your communication skills. The quality of your communication skills determines the health of your relationships. Let's admit it. If we can't effectively communicate our message, then how are we going to achieve our goals? Listen, according to SHRM, poor communication skills cost enterprise companies an average of $62.4 million per year. Think about that. Communication skills are vital at work. Even now in UX, we still have to educate others on the value we bring, and how our work helps them build better products and services. If we don't have healthy relationships at work, we will not get the career opportunities we want and the increases in pay associated with those opportunities. I've worked with many UX designers. Some were very emotionally intelligent. Others were not. Those with a low emotional intelligence were very self-absorbed, negative, and lacked the social skills or the motivation to help foster a healthy work environment. I had a coworker in the past who prided himself on being a walking HR violation. He would constantly spew out negative, hateful speech that was directed at whatever topic he was irritated about at the moment. It could be politics, religion, music, past employers, past states he'd lived in, pretty much anything. Over time, he began to escalate his words in an angry and aggressive manner with other female designers on my team, making meetings uncomfortable and left me feeling emotionally unsafe. I don't share this to bash this designer. but to highlight the effect that one person can have on the larger team. The long-term effects of having a toxic coworker on your team costs you career advancement opportunities, time, and money. The quality of your work suffers, reducing your chances to get the promotion you want. My next tip connects perfectly with the last tip. It's practicing the art of managing up at work. Managing up is where you, as the designer, choose to work for the mutual benefit of yourself and your boss. Do you know what happens when you are invested in the success of your boss? Your career takes off in the direction you want it to go. How do you do that, you ask? You build trust and rapport, all the while doing what you can to ease their burden, because it helps you navigate your own career. Now, let me emphasize, this is not about jockeying, sucking up, or any of the other office politics that some people engage in. Don't forget, your boss is human too. They too have goals, dreams, and aspirations. Invest in getting to know him or her on a professional level. Find common ground. Build that trust and rapport so that you can maintain a healthy, mutually beneficial working relationship. What does your boss want to accomplish in their team in the next 30 days, 90 days, and next year? When you learn more about your boss's ambitions, it helps you better perform your job because you know what will help your boss reach his or her goals. Do you know what is his or her preferred communication style? Do they want you to pick up the phone and call them when you need something, or do they prefer email? Looking back on my career, I can see where having this knowledge would have really helped me. I'll give you an example. I personally prefer email communication, but several of my past bosses did not. Unfortunately, neither one of us took the time to figure out what was the best communication style for the other person. This created unnecessary friction between us because I felt like I wasn't being heard or valued. Maybe you've experienced something similar, or you're currently experiencing this with your boss. Lastly, my third tip is to stop complaining. No one wants to work with a negative Nelly. I get it. I've been there. Sometimes we find ourselves in toxic situations that we feel helpless to change. We think that complaining about what we are experiencing will bring us the emotional relief we're looking for. It may feel good in the moment, but it has negative long-term effects on our relationships, especially at work. The problem with complaining is that it paints you as the victim who isn't able or willing to solve your own problems. Well, most people won't say anything. When we complain, we negatively influence their opinion of us and show them how to treat us. When we are not liked, we miss out on opportunities to grow our careers. In the workplace, a victim mentality cripples one's earning potential because it paints that person as someone who's difficult to work with and reduces one's rapport with their coworkers, bosses, and customers. I once worked with a coworker who was constantly complaining and criticizing the company we worked at. Granted, this company was not winning any Best Places to Work awards, but her constant negativity didn't help the situation. It affected everyone around her. Every time you entered the office, you could literally feel the heaviness. It was like having a heavy lead cloak deposited on me every morning when I arrived at work. The team morale was low, and it affected the quality of the work that we did. One bad apple really can poison the whole tree. The biggest thing that helped me break out of my habit of complaining is to create a habit in the morning of practicing gratitude. As hard as my past work environments were for my mental health, and let me tell you, I had some doozies, I realized I still had so much to be grateful for. Gratitude can help you too, if you'll let it. Gratitude reminds us of what we have in our lives and shifts our focus from being negative to being positive. To summarize, these are my 3 tips to increasing your income with your emotional intelligence. First, you must improve your communication skills. This is a lifelong endeavor, so don't worry if you haven't started yet. The second tip is to manage up at work. When you help your boss win, you win as well. And the third tip is to stop complaining. It's not productive and holds you back from what you want in your career, including that promotion and increase in pay you want. If you want to dramatically improve your emotional intelligence skills so that you can exponentially increase your income, contact me to book a free 30-minute consultation.